Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo, playing some more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm doing all right. We're busy at work, so I've been busy. But I'm not here to talk about work. No, I'm here to do some work. So we're here to do a little bit more work on the zoo. Last episode, if you can see behind me, we built the koala exhibit right here, and it turned out pretty good. I'm liking it. I like it a lot. You guys apparently seem to like it too, and you guys once again killed it with the names for the koalas. So we have some naming to do, and quite a bit of them to do too, actually, because I couldn't decide on just two. I had two koalas. I couldn't decide on just two. I might have went and got some more. Maybe got a couple more. So thank you guys for all of that. That was awesome. But let's get down and do some naming. So, I actually got a few koalas now. So if we look in this backpack right here, I've got 5 of them. I went out and caught 3 more. I actually saw more than 3 more, but I mean, I had to call her quits sometime. I actually went on a crazy little bit of adventure. Let me tell you a little quick story here. I went on a crazy little adventure to go catch these koalas. In fact, some of you out there even got to see it. So, in case you guys didn't know, I have a Patreon. Not saying you got to go join it or anything like that, but you do get Discord benefits if you do. And on the Discord, I went and did a animal catching spree. So my patrons were able to actually see the fun that I had when I was going out and trying to catch all these animals and stuff. I also went looking for a giant salamander. Also, as one I was missing, polar bear was another thing I was keeping my eye out for. Didn't find it. And then there's always the tamarins also, which I didn't find either. However, I did find something I'm missing. I only thought I was missing those 3. There is something else that I was missing. And it's that guy. Okay, the platypus. He is in the game. I didn't think he was. Oh, please get out of the crops. Here, let me scoop him up. He's pretty cute. All right, but yeah, I caught a platypus. In fact, I caught 3 of them. I've got platypi people, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Is we're going to be building an exhibit for them, because I didn't think they were in the pack. I know last season I had one, but or I had a couple of them, but I thought they were part of like a mod that got taken out, and I was wrong. I missed them. So it turns out there was 4 animals I was missing. I got them now. But let's get to naming some of these koalas. All right, first koala on the list is going to be named Kayla, and that is thanks to Sarah Lamb. So thank you so much for suggesting that. I think it's a lovely name for a koala. Second, we're going to go with something that haunts my nightmares, and this is thanks to these 2 people for suggesting this, not only in the comments section, but also in the live stream too, when we were in the premiere rather, when we were premiering last week's episode. Both Sarah Lamb with Kayla and Kathy Clism suggested Furby. Now, if you guys remember Furbies, those things are pretty creepy, but they are basically little stuffed animal things that talk to you, which are kind of creepy. Like you take the batteries out and those things keep on going. I start speaking backwards in a demonic... Anyway, they're creepy. So, yeah, but thank you to Kathy Clism for suggesting Furby. Koalas kind of do look like them. And then a couple of people suggested Komala. I've spelled Momala. So a couple of people suggested Komala, like the Pokemon. And I think that is actually based off of a koala bear. So, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you to both Lewis and Bunny Elish, probably pronouncing that name wrong. I am so sorry. But to both of you for suggesting that. For koala number 4, we're going to go with Nigel. Okay, now Nigel, as I've been told by Simon Holmes, William Cunningham, and Love to Craft, is the name of the koala in the movie The Wild. I haven't seen that before, but it intrigues me now. And but thank you guys for suggesting all that, or for all of you guys suggesting that name. So Nigel is what we're going to go with. Okay, for the 5th and final one, I got to give a big shout out to Kennedy Claire. We're going to name this one. It's going to be all capital letters, and I'm going to put a little bit of a spin on it differently. I'm going to add a letter to what they suggested here, but we're going to name this one Pima. Okay? If you guys remember last season, koalas were a real problem for me, okay? They kept getting out of their pen, and it was a headache. In fact, some could say that they were flat out pain in my ass. But in all seriousness, though, that live stream I did on the Discord was a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested in participating in extra things like that, like additional live streams and game nights and stuff like that, I do them occasionally whenever I can. The kids make it a little difficult. Check out the Patreon. The $3 tier and up will be gain access to the Discord. But in that live stream, we did a little bit of exploring. So here's the zoo right here, and we went all the way down here. Okay, like yeah, we went on a little adventure. And it was somewhere around here that I found, or here maybe? Somewhere around here that I found the platypus. It was in the bog. Or tundra? Bog. I thought it was in a bog. But anyway, it was way down here someplace. But yeah, we explored quite a bit. And saw a lot of different and cool animals. But really the platypus was the only one that I didn't have. We caught a couple of sloths, which, I mean, I already had them. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. So it was a good time. Good time. Now, let's get to putting some of these koalas in their place here. Okay, we are sealing ourselves in because I have a track record with koalas escaping. I do not see how they would get out of here. Okay, this place is completely sealed off. There's no way they're getting out of here. I mean, I've said that about the last koala exhibit I built too, but oh, I hope they stay in here because I don't know how to fix it otherwise. All right, so we're going to start off with naming Kayla. All right, so let's get everything that we need to figure out what Kayla is, and let's plop that koala down there, name it, and Kayla is a male. We don't judge around here. That's what it's going to be. They can climb, though. All right, next on the list is the horrific Furby. And Furby is a male as well. All right, and then Kamala is going to go down right there on the stone, I'm thinking. Bam, just like that. And Kamala is a male as well. We got 3 boys in here. That's kind of crazy. All right, and then let's put Nigel over here on the gravel. Nigel, there you go. Nigel is a female, so we have a female in here now. And then finally, we got to put Pima someplace. There you go, Pima. All right, Pima is a female as well. Okay, so we got all of the koalas put in place. Now it's time for us to do our great escape. We're just going to bash our way through here and block that up behind us. They're in there, people. They're in there. The koalas are put in place. I don't see them getting out of there. Harrison Fjord, what do you think? What do you think? A platypi exhibit? I'm thinking a platypi exhibit. Is that beaver in the tree over there? That beaver is totally in the tree over there. These animals confuse me sometimes. Are they able to get out by climbing up the tree? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be like the Great Escape. That'd be nuts. I think they probably could. I have to keep an eye on these beavers. All right, so we need to build a platypi exhibit. Platypus exhibit? Platypi. I think that's plural. I'm thinking of carving it into like right here, having this be like an overhang. Actually, not necessarily part of the mines, but carving out right here. If not, doing a bigger one right there. Beard scratch. Not so beard. It is growing in. I got some hardcore stubble going on right now, but I don't have my full beard yet. If you remember in the previous episode, I said I shaved. Yeah, I did. So I just got stubble now. But I'm thinking I like this area right here, actually. All right, so let's do this. Let's do like a cliff overhang. We're gonna do a little exhibit right here. I do have 3 of these things, so and they're relatively small, so I don't have to be too massive on this. But have kind of a drop down pit similar to what this is right here. You know, like for the beavers, just on this side, and instead of going all the way around, it's just this front face here that you can actually look down into the area to see the platypi. Okay, so normally I do a cool time lapse here, but time is of the essence today, so I'm going to just quickly carve this thing out just like that. Just like that. Bam! I got all of it dug out. Okay, so we can absolutely work with this. So I've looked up like kind of where platypi live. And it's mainly in Australia. It looks like Australia is the #1 habitat for them. However, it's like all along the eastern side, and it stretches quite a bit between different diverse biomes and stuff. So there really is no wrong answer here for how to build this exhibit, as long as it has water. Okay, because they live in like rivers and streams and stuff all along eastern Australia. So there can be a whole bunch of different biomes. We can do like arid, we can do kind of a foresty, we can do like a little bit of a rainforesty looking stuff. There's really no wrong answer here. So why don't I do a little rainforesty? That sounds kind of fun. And I added this little bit right here, kind of sticking up so that we have a nice landmass here with water flowing down. And then down here we'll put some more water kind of going with some flatter land on the bottom down here. Should make for a very nice place for them. However, I need to swap out all of this stone right here, or at least most of this stone right here, with grass so I can get my original base template down, and then we'll go from there. Ta-da, the grass is in place. Now, I left this part open right here because this is where I kind of plan on putting water. So it's going to be basically a river cutting through, a little waterfall right here, and away it goes. Now, I do not see platypuses drowning. That might be a lie, though. Let me actually pull one of these things out, and actually, let's inspect this thing so that I can see whether this thing can swim or not. Can you swim? You can. That's what I like to see. I don't see you drowning anytime, but man, are you adorable. Oh, look at him. Look at your stupid little duckbill. However, before I get around to actually worrying about the water. I think I should probably worry about where I'm going to be putting this block. Green concrete powder is something I plan on putting in here because I like the difference in colors between the greens when they're right next to each other. See, by them like that, I think it looks really nice when I sprinkle it on in here someplace. So I got to put this in places, though, where it's not going to be touching the water. Otherwise, it turns into just straight up concrete. So let me get around to sprinkling that in first. I'm going to be probably pretty heavy on it. I might need to go make more, although this is kind of a smaller exhibit, so maybe not. Let me go grab this and put it down someplace. All right, there we go. We got the concrete powder in. I don't think any water's going to be touching it there. Now, however, I do need to think about what else to put in here. I want to sprinkle in a little bit of podzol, especially around the river itself. I mean, I know it's not like mud, which we'll get to in a little bit, but I do want to put a little bit of podzol, almost as if like the grass itself is kind of turning like a muddy grass nearby the river. I don't know. That's the method behind the madness, though. But I do want to sprinkle this in periodically throughout the rest of the parts of the build here, too, not just along the river. Okay, podzol put in. Now it's time for all the mud blocks. Now, some of these can actually go... Yeah, actually, I guess now would be a good time to address the bottom of the river. I was going to say, some of these can probably go inside the river itself. However, like this part where the water's flowing, if you think about how water reacts, it would probably wash away all the sedimentary stuff and whatnot. It would just be left with the stone. What is it? I've been playing a little bit too much Vintage Story. Was it igneous stuff underneath, you know, wash away all the soft stuff, and then you'd be left with the stone. So I might leave, like, a lot of stone there, actually. But I do want to sprinkle in mud inside here as well. So let me dot this in here, and maybe we're going to add a little bit of gravel, I'm thinking, too. Maybe some of those sweet river rocks, too, if I have some in my inventory someplace. And we'll make this look pretty. And behold, we have a riverbed put in. It's looking pretty good. I don't even mind there being like stone underneath here. It's almost like the dirt only covers a couple blocks. So I think even having some stone exposed here looks pretty good. Now we just want to add in probably a small amount of coarse dirt. Probably not a whole lot in this area. Add a few path blocks. We might actually be done with the land already in here. Wouldn't that be crazy? Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Yeah, alright. I'm thinking we're good for a rainforest-esque floor here. We don't really need to do anything much else to this. I could probably go ahead and add the water now, actually. Let's see, where did I put that? Probably right here. Let's go ahead and drop that in there, and I believe we have a lot of water. If I just yeet something that direction, I'll probably land right in it. Or on the boardwalk, whatever. Ooh, I'm inside the pen. Yee. Ooh, let me just yeet. There we go. And then grab some water. And then can we yeetily deet back in there? Perfect. Don't use ender pearls that much, but I have access to a whole bunch of them, so I don't know why I don't. Let's go ahead and fill this up and make the river look really nice and pretty. There we go. That actually looks pretty awesome. Let me get a hop in the water there and get a little night vision. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome. I like how the river kind of looks like the waterfall part. I think that worked out pretty good, pretty snazzy. Now, I could put lily pads in there, but this is kind of supposed to represent, like with the waterfall there, a little bit of flowing water. Plus, just because platypus can swim doesn't necessarily mean he can't get trapped under a lily pad and drown. So I think what I'll do is I'll just leave the lily pads out of this one. It might be for the best. Well, they look so good, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to leave them out just to give them room to swim, which means that part right there is pretty much done, I'm thinking. So let's actually get the wood backpack out right here, and let's make a little... Do I have pine? I have a little bit of pine. I like how pine looks for fallen logs, actually. I think it looks really good. Let's go ahead and actually put like a log stretching across here. Something like that, maybe. And maybe we'll have it like it fell over right there. I don't know if that looks good or not. I mean, I guess it kind of works. You know what? I kind of don't like how it's too slanted, if that makes any sense. So let's go ahead and just do something like that. I think works better. So it's like a down log is kind of falling over right here. Now we're gonna add a whole lot more stuff than just that down log though. So let's go ahead and look into the bat backpack. I need you desperately. I went and collected some more jungle leaves in between episodes, and that's good because I have a feeling we're gonna want to have jungle leaves in a rainforest-esque area. So they're not gonna drown underneath there, are they? There's a skeleton nearby. You know, I just realized this. You know, hold on. I'm having second thoughts about. I mean, I think this looks great, but I mean, just think about it. Platypus gets stuck underneath here. It's the same problem as the lily pad. So let's. Never mind. I don't want to kill these things. I'm paranoid now. All right, there we go. I have it falling backwards. That way, at least it's not blocking like just above the water, and things don't like fall in there and die. Then makes me feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy inside. Okay, we were talking about leaves. So leaves are probably going to come in real handy. Where should I start off with this thing? Because I don't have room to actually build like a real good custom tree in here, and I don't have a whole lot of, I mean, not really. I'm kind of limited on space. So I'm thinking of maybe just bushes are the way to go in this one, and for that I'm going to probably want to grab some oak leaves as well and sprinkle these in here, but I heavily go on the jungle leaves, and maybe we'll start off like right up here. Okay, I'm liking how this is looking so far. We got a nice little batch of foliage in here. This is a little blank up here, but I'll think of something up there. But one thing that I wouldn't mind adding in here, although not all exhibits have this, because the ones that are outside, exposed to the outside air at least, they don't really have this, but this one right here is still inside of a cave. It's still recessed back in, so it's going to constantly be dark there, even during the daytime, which I believe is fading quickly, and creepers be creeping, so I might want to get to sleep in here pretty soon. But the what I think what we should do is we should actually add lighting into this one, because if we remove these torches, it's still daytime for a little bit here. If we remove these torches, it gets pretty dark back here, which means that things are going to be spawning back there for sure. Well, not with the night vision. Things are going to be spawning back there for sure, though. So I should probably sleep quick before the creepers come out and blow me up. And then what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to add light to this area. Yeah, look how dark that is without the night vision. Things are definitely going to spawn in there, even during the day. And what better way to add lighting than with, let's knock that out right there, and with glowstone. I think glowstone looks really nice, and we can hide it pretty easily with leaf blocks, so why not? Okay, lighting is taken care of. That actually is how lit it is. I do not actually have the night vision at the moment, so this is actually looking pretty lit, as the kids say these days. I mean, literally lit. But all right, let's get to work on maybe adding a little extra detailing here, because we have this whole huge roof here to look at right now, and it's not detailed. It doesn't have the nice cobble slabs mixed into it or anything like that, but that's okay, because we have some room to work, especially with it going up a little bit higher over there. We have some room to work with that when it comes to leaves kind of clinging to the ceiling, especially if I want this place to look more like a tropical area. So let's actually get to work on actually tweaking this a little bit and getting this to look like some vines are coming out of it. So the cool thing about this as I'm putting these in here is that this could actually stretch outward around the cave here and out of the exhibit, and it would actually look pretty cool. So I kind of want to make it look like this is kind of an overgrown kind of cave actually, and inside is more the biome that they'd be living in, but it kind of stretches out and combs around the edges here, or curls around the edges here, almost like it's trying to escape the exhibit itself, like the vines are. I think something like that will do just fine. It looks pretty good. Definitely looks overgrown, that's for sure. Now, I think one other cool detail that I could add here is, I've done this in like the reptile center and whatnot, but if I actually add like cracks in the walls where you can see foliage behind it, I think that might look pretty nifty. I'm gonna have to get out the cobblestone like stairs and slabs though for that. So let me tweak this a little bit and see if I can't get something that looks pretty cool. There we go. I think that looks kind of what I had in mind. I went ahead and added some cobblestone slabs to the roof as well, and I think that little crack in the back there with the foliage sticking out through the back there, I put one right there as well, really adds a nice little extra touch to the entire exhibit. Now, I'm thinking there's not much left to do as far as the blocks in here, although that place still is kind of empty right there. Maybe I'll add like a small little stone pile or something. Maybe I should probably be getting to sleep. Creepers be creeping. Holy cow, it's amazing how time flies when you're playing this. The last thing I would need is actually have a creeper just bombard me, just come down here and just boom, blow me up. I also do have this overgrown stone that I used in the koala exhibit last week, which I really like the way that this stuff looks. Can't really see a piece right now, but it's in there somewhere. I really do like how this stuff looks, and since I have like some stone stuff here, maybe I'll just kind of pop that off and then put one in there. Maybe that'll look pretty good. I'm thinking so. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll probably look pretty good. Let's actually remove one like right here too and put one right there as well. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a good idea. Good call, GReimer. Okay, the problem with putting a little stone pile right here is that there really isn't a lot of room. I guess that, well, see, no, there's really not a lot of room to put one. I could maybe put one here, but it's going to start looking weird with the cave. Maybe I'll just have to bite the bullet, maybe throw some plants or something in there that make it fill it up a little bit more. We're going to skip the stone pile. In fact, I think we might skip a lot of the rest of the stuff in here, because this is already looking pretty clustered in here, and I do want to give the platypi a little room to move around in. So why don't we get to work on adding the plants? All right, so we got I got a berry bush still. We're gonna throw that in here for sure. We'll just drop that right there. And I gotta go get more of those things for sure. These bromeliads, something like that. They're very green, and I like the looks of that because, like I said, we're looking for kind of along the lines of a rainforest-esque kind of look here. So I do want to make sure that these things are kind of dotted all over the place. Same thing with the ostrich ferns. These are also very green as well. And I do want to make sure that these things are very vibrant and all over the exhibit as well. And other than that, it's kind of tough to say what to do. I guess I can squeeze in a piece of eucalyptus in here somewhere as well as all the rest of this stuff that we have already placed. I don't really know if I want to go too heavy on this, though. This is more of the koalas thing, but we'll throw one up there as well. Let's break that because that's going to cover the crack that I have in the wall here, and I don't really want to do that. I want to keep that visible. I want to place it on the green concrete powder, but I can't do that, so I guess maybe one? We might just put one in here. Aha! I fit it in the back corner there. Never mind, we got two. Is there anything else that I really want to add to this? I mean, I guess I could squeeze in a little bit of bamboo and whatnot, but I'm thinking maybe just sprinkle in a few dead leaves here or there, grow some grass on whatever grass remains, and then that might be it. We might have a finished product then. Well, almost finished product anyway. Anyways, I'm throwing in a little bit of river cane in these areas too. Now, I do not know if this stuff grows or not. I'm pretty sure it does. So let's go ahead and grab a few pieces of string, and then we will put one on top there, put one on top here. Keep those things from growing any farther, and that way they'll stay forever in this place. Okay, so what does this look like anyway? Yeah, okay, so what do you think? Platypus exhibit? It is kind of starting to look like what I was envisioning. I wouldn't mind throwing like a lily pad or two in the water, but it's just not a smart idea. I just don't want them to die. But let's get a reed or two, though, and we can sprinkle that in there for sure. Let's put that there. Maybe more down here where it's a little bit more stagnant. I don't really like that one. Hold on. See if we can't get that. There we go, right up against the water there. And maybe even one up top someplace. Like back there. I know that doesn't add much detail, but it's a little bit. Every little bit counts. Alright, so I guess the last thing to do would be to yeet that into there on accident. The last thing to do, I did not mean to do that, would be to go into my backpack here, grab some bone meal, and see if we can't grow a little bit of grass in certain areas that I kind of missed. Why is that not? Oh, it can't grow. I'm big old da-da-da. Okay, so there is really not a lot of room left in here for me to put down really anything. So aside from a couple of little stones on the ground, I'm thinking this is basically a done deal, done exhibit. We do have to still add the bars, of course, but that sort of looks like a platypus exhibit, right? I mean, they live in a river, and the biomes, like according to the wiki anyway, can vary from anywhere from colder climates to rainforest-like climates. And I was going for rainforest in this one. Let's actually pop this up, because that's not right. But what we got to do now is add the bars. So squid backpack, I need you desperately in my life. I got a bunch of steel bars here. Let's go ahead and line the top of this with those, and that should spell the end for the platypus exhibit. What do you guys think? Platypus exhibit? Does it just scream it? Does it look like it? Let's go back over here a little bit and just take a peek. We'll look past Harrison Fjord there. So you see how it's kind of like overgrowing the exhibit itself. I might do a little bit more work where I have it going up the mountain a little bit more, or maybe, I don't know, something. That top part doesn't look as good as I was hoping, especially now I've taken a step back. The sides look okay, I think, but this could be better. But the inside of the exhibit, I'm thinking looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, I think that's going to be pretty good. Let's go ahead and start some inventory here, and then we'll get to discussing platypus names. Oh, hold on. I almost completely forgot. Flowers, okay? I mean, flowers are never really my big specialty, but I did find these cool peach flowers the other day. Now, I have no idea if they'd be growing in this environment or not, but I do want to kind of add them in somewhere. I just got to find a place where. Hey, right there. That's really not a lot. In fact, I'm not even sure if guests can even see that from the, from here. Hold on, maybe over here. Yeah, okay, I suppose they can kind of barely see it a little bit. Not a lot of detail. I know that was stupid, but I wanted to put that in there somewhere anyway. I don't really know what other flowers would be in there at all, really. I mean, I guess maybe the rafflesia might and stuff, but yeah, I think this is probably fine. Not every exhibit needs to have a whole bunch of flowers in it, you know? So, animal names, people. I need some animal names. Okay, so we have, I believe, buttons are tough. I believe, yeah, we have 3 platypi. All right, so if you guys could go down into the comments section and give me your best platypus name. Now, I know that there is an Easter egg in ZAWA where you can name him, what's that platypus from Phineas and Ferb? But you can name it that, and it'll turn into a teal platypus with a detective hat or something like on it, which is cool and awesome, and we totally did it last season. So probably not that one, but think of any other platypus names you guys might want. And throw that one down in the comment section if you could be so kind, because otherwise I'm naming them something dumb. I don't even know what. My brain is kind of fried tonight. Sorry if this ends up being a little bit of a shorter episode though, because I do have to get to sleep. Been a rough week. Kids are really pushing me to the max too. Work's pushing me. Everything's pushing me to the max. I'm going hardcore. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully you've had a wonderful week up until now. But have a good weekend. You know, it's Friday, so rejoice a little bit about that. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. So thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I'll be back next week with some more ZAWA for you guys to enjoy. It is getting nighttime. Creepers be creeping. I gotta get to sleep. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.